Hi, welcome. This is Angela. You're listening to Divinely Connected, and I am here with your weekly guidance. This is a 7-day forecast for May 5th through to the 11th, bringing through what it is that you need to know as we move forward this next week in May. All right, we do have 8 cards pulled. Okay. And so we are manifesting good energy. We are getting excited about this new breath of fresh air that this month is bringing us. So I'm really excited to see what is in store for this week. Don't forget to check out the other series here on Divinely Connected with your Storytime Sundays and Messages from Spirit. You do not want to skip over those episodes, so go check them out now. All right, getting into the cards. So we do have the overcoming of obstacle. And what is really nice to this is showing me that we are on the other side of a struggle season. Okay. And it says overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely and remain objective. What I love about this is that oftentimes, most times, I'll be honest, most times this card comes out, it is because we're about to walk into an obstacle. Now, I'll tell you, the feeling of this card is that we're on the other side of the obstacle. So validating that you have overcome the obstacle. And even if it's still a work in progress, maybe all the loose ends aren't tied up yet, wanting to make sure that communication is clear, that we are being objective as we move forward, but to have trust and faith that what needs to come in is coming in, and that the efforts that you have made are going to be worthwhile. Okay. There's the trapped in fear. Okay. And so the ego is engaged a bit. It says the illusion of entrapment, a lack of self confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action. Take responsibility for your life now. And so there's something that is on repeat that we are feeling less than, hyper focused on, creating a lot of anxiety, feeling like we're out of control, feeling like we don't have a say, right? And this is the reminder that it is working. Even if you are not seeing the outcomes of your efforts on the other side of this hurdle just yet, it is in motion. That's why they started with this, okay? You're not feeling it. I get that. I get that feeling like your hands are tied. I get that feeling of like it's not working. It works for other people, but it's not working for you or of course it's not going to work for you. Right? We love those mindsets. That ego loves that mindset, right? And so this is what's so important about this card. It says it is the illusion of entrapment. So even though you feel at a standstill, even though you feel like your hands are tied, even though you feel like you have no control, that is an illusion. That is not aligned with the truth. And so there does need to be some times poured into yourself to clear out that energy, clear out that mindset. Because if you're expecting to fail and if you're expecting things to be hard, that is what is going to happen. Even the successes could be blaring in your face, but if you are attached to the struggle and to the failure, you are never going to see the victory. Okay. And so there is the need to take the step back. There is the need to sit with yourself and get clear on some things. Okay. Because not only do you need to clear out the mindset, and this can be leftover energy. So let's do a clearing meditation. Let's take some sage and clear our space. Let's get some Epsom salt, sea salt, Himalayan salt, put it in our bath water or make a scrub out of it in our shower. Put attention into clearing out energy. Also bring your awareness to reflection and how these mindsets were necessary at one time, but they are no longer serving you. And so it is safe for you to shift gears, and even though that mindset did protect you at one time, now that it is not needed, if you keep it, it will actually work against you. And so there does need to be a little sit down with self this week. There does need to be a little bit of getting your head on straight, getting clear with yourself, have your pity party and then dust yourself off, because there is intention that needs to be made to then get into this next season. Okay. Now, there is new beginning energy coming in. It is not a flip of a switch. Okay, so this is exciting. It is, either new opportunity, news of a new opportunity, abundance coming in, potential abundance coming in. It feels very like trickling in, right? And I think that without the previous message, you may oversee this. You may not see the beauty in it. You may not see the magic in it. Okay. And so there is this need to clear out and to straighten yourself up, right? It is kind of coming across a little bit like tough love, guys, right? And so we do need to hold ourselves accountable, and we do need to call BS when we are BSing ourselves. Okay. And so there is this need to remind yourself that you are the creator of your life. No, we don't get to control everything in our life, but we do get to control our perception and our experience and how we handle ourselves moving through it. And so there does need to be a little bit of shipping up here, shaping up and shipping out. Okay. Now, there are seeds well planted, and this is going back to the efforts. There is something that you're wanting. This feels very personal, and it does come through as a reflection of self, right? And so, if that means I am working on losing weight, or I am working on um changing like my identity, how I showcase myself, whether that means transitioning, whether that means identifying as a mom, as a wife, as a sister, as a lover, and finding my own identity, my own authenticity. This also, like, it's something that's coming in that's very personal to self. Okay. And so they are saying the seeds are well planted, and that this will be rewarded in the future, that you do need to trust the process, but you need to have patience for it. And so if you are in that your transformation season, if you are working towards a more authentic, aligned life, you may not be reaping the benefits just yet, but it is coming in. Okay. And really wanting to validate that for you, because there's nothing worse than being on your path and feeling like you're getting nowheres and worrying that it's all for nothing. And because you can't see how close you actually are, you may give up when you're just so close to the finish line. Okay. And so, really wanting to hang in there, really wanting to go, trust the process. Like, that's the feeling, right? We're going to trust the process, and keep that in mind as you're moving forward. Okay. There's the ego. And so, this is already very much a theme coming in with this week, where it is very much you versus you mentally. Okay. And so there's a lot that needs to get cleared out. There's a lot that needs to that awareness to come in and hold ourselves accountable. There's also this overthinking, feeling fueled with impatience. And so wanting it yesterday, not having it, feeling like we're failing, and then it's all for nothing. Right? When if you could just detach long enough to trust the process, you will start seeing the benefits. Okay. So the ego's coming in with that doubt and fear. Now, remember, because I just felt like somebody yelled at me. So there is also potential for spicy conversations coming in this week, because there is this very up and down energy. Even though that heaviness is lifting, I almost feel like that mental mind and that ego is just rampant, right? And you may find yourself a little bit, maybe all over the road, or constantly like going on my phone, checking your emails, checking your accounts, checking this, and just kind of needing to release and kind of bring that stillness in. The stillness is where the ego comes in, is where the doubt and the fear comes in. Okay. And that's where having that dialogue with yourself, saying, I am enough. I am enough as I am. I am being taken care of by the universe. I trust in my path. I trust in my divine team. I trust in the process, can help take that almost manic mental activity to more of a balanced state. Okay. There's the news we're celebrating. Exciting news coming in. This is also connected to prosperity. I do hear abundance coming in. The card itself says joyful announcements like engagement, weddings, pregnancies, and graduation, time of gratitude. There's definitely a financial kick to this as well. So, whether this is coming into money or getting that promotion, getting that raise, selling that item, that type of thing is coming in the positive. Some of you may even be closing on homes, closing on big purchases. This is exciting and it is definitely supported by the divine. Okay. Now, you may find yourself as well. Relationships and matters of the heart may be a little bit touch and go coming in this week, just because there is still some unsteady energy that we are feeling. It may be showing up in our closest relationship, missed communications, but almost feeling like, I don't want to say reading into too much, but it almost feels like heavier than it should be. So, a normal disagreement may feel devastating, right? Just because there is still that very much that push and pull energy coming in within this week. I do believe if you lean into the discomfort, if you hold yourself accountable and get honest with yourself, you're going to succeed. This is that shift. And so everything is shifting. We knew that May was bringing in this new life room, right? Except for here we are moving forward with the past life room mindset, with that struggle mentality, with that survivor's mindset. And you can never thrive if you're constantly trying to survive. Okay. And so there is some processing coming in this week. There is that need to go within, be aware of how you're feeling, what your habitual thoughts are, especially if you're trying to distract with social media, gossip, picking fights, that type of thing is all very intentional on that subconscious level to bring in this type of distraction so you don't have to feel the discomfort, right? And so if you are wanting certain parts of you to heal, if you are wanting to reach your goals, you do need to get honest with yourself. I recommend journaling, having a conversation with yourself, sitting down quietly, going for a walk, working things out. Take a break from constantly doing. And so for an example, if you love to go for a walk and listen to an audiobook or listen to a podcast, try going with just very subtle music or no music at all and just let yourself roll through your thoughts, roll through what needs to come in, because this is an amazing opportunity for spirit to show up for you. Okay. And for spirit to be able to communicate with you in a space where you can hear it and you can process it. And it does feel like it's the little bit of that key that you're looking for, right? When they show me a skeleton key, that's my sign and symbol that you're looking. You're like, what? What is it that I'm missing? Like, this is the key for you to be able to shift and move forward, okay? In a more purposeful way. And you will, because there it is, you that shows you that you have the ability to make anything beautiful and you have the ability to create the life that you want. And there is this feeling of like, I don't know. I don't know if you're happy, right? And it's not that we're maybe what sorry, I'm gonna backtrack that for a second. Sometimes when there is not a blaring reason for discontentment, we just dismiss it altogether, right? Well, I should be happy because I have blessings and I have this and I have that, right? But your discontentment is your system saying, something's out of alignment. And it's not always that you have to burn your life down. It's not always that we have to, torch it. It could be bringing that awareness and, oh, you know what? I haven't been taking care of myself. You know what? I have been stressed and not doing my go-to stress relieving activities, right? And there is this awareness that needs to come in. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is definitely a very different weekly guidance. I've been doing the weekly guidance every week for the last 8 years, and I don't believe that there was ever a week that this was the vibe of the guidance, which just shows you how important it is and how it is very pivotal with what is coming in for us, what is coming in energetically, cosmically, and what is in store for you. So our job is to trust the universe is going to bring in what we need, right? And while we are trusting, we're going to do what it is that we need to do for us, which is going within, going, what is at a balance here? Right? What is it is what is my inner dialogue saying? How is that affecting how I feel? What am I saying about myself to myself every day? Right? And there is absolutely room to get that tidied up. So I'm going to leave that with you. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for tomorrow's daily deep dive. Have a wonderful week.